power to capture, extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the anime. And I gotta say right now, for anime only fans, I'm gonna tell you to treat this video like you would the promotional information that I give for the episode summaries. If you do not want to get key information given to you about what's coming up in the anime, I would recommend clicking off this video. This is similar to the Sarada tomoe sharingan video, so if you don't want to actually have something spoiled for you, I recommend clicking off the video. But with that being said though, you have been warned, and I'm gonna assume if you're still here, you're okay with this information I'm about to talk about. So after that Sarada Uchiha tomoe sharingan video that I did, I had quite a few people ask me like, hey man, you know, it's cool that you talked about Sarada, with Sarada going into this fight with a tomoe sharingan. Do you think the anime is gonna do something with Boruto when Boruto transforms into Boruto Shiki? And I do think that there is probably a 50-50 shot that the anime is gonna take some liberties when Boruto goes into his Boruto Shiki form. And the only reason why I say this is you're in a situation where we had a V-Jump magazine scan that came out in 2019, sometime during the fall of 2019. The V-Jump magazine scan came out, and a lot of people took that to say like, oh man, this is Boruto with the Byakugan. And in that actual scan, at the time I wasn't covering Boruto manga news. I don't even think I was covering anime promotional spoilers at that point, but in that scan it talked about Boruto being from the Hyuga clan and having Otsutsuki genetics inside of him, and it was making a big deal over his transformation. And despite what I actually got told, there was nothing in that actual scan that said that Boruto had the Byakugan. It said that Boruto had the potential to awaken the Byakugan because Boruto's from that Hyuga clan, which has Otsutsuki genetics in it. So that's one of those things to where that kind of made me pause for a second. Again, I lean more so towards the fact that in the anime that's probably going to be a Byakugan, but I've seen the anime make changes in the past before, and so I'm kind of wondering if, since when we saw the Jougan in chapter 1 and when we saw the Jougan a year later in the anime in episode 1, the appearance was different. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to make another small tweak here. It wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility. I could very well see them deciding to make that Boruto's Jougan, and I could also see them making that Momoshiki's Byakugan as well. And I know a few people said, well, you know, Sarada saw it, Sarada thought that it was a Byakugan, and the only reason why I've always kind of paused on that is when Boruto saw his Jougan himself, Boruto thought it was a Byakugan, and anybody that's actually paid attention to the Hyuga clan knows that the Jougan and the Byakugan look nothing alike. The sclera in the back of the eye is black, and yet Boruto sees that and thinks like, oh man, this is a Byakugan. And so the reason why I've always kind of said like, I don't know, is if Boruto, somebody that grew up around the Hyuga clan, has a mom with the Byakugan, has trained with the Hyuga clan when Boruto was getting ready to go to the academy. The fact is that for him to look at that and think that that's a Byakugan is one of those things to where either this man's Naruto genes kicked in at the worst possible time and he became a blubbering idiot at the worst possible moment, much like his father was at his age, or that eye fooled somebody as familiar with the Byakugan as Boruto is. If Boruto fell for it, what makes you think Sarada's gonna know the difference? If it's one of those things to where, in my opinion, if Boruto can tell the difference, what the hell makes you think Sarada's gonna be able to tell the difference? She won't be able to. This is the same Sarada who wondered, I wonder if my dad has a sharingan. It's the exact same thing. So the only reason why I kind of look at that and I kind of pause a little bit is we've been here before. When you go back to 2016 when the Boruto manga first came out, we didn't know that Boruto's eye was called Jougan. We knew nothing about the eye. The only thing that we knew is that you had a bunch of people in the West who, for whatever reason, kept insisting that Boruto had the Tensei gun. And at the time, you also had a lot of people in the West, as well as on forums, you had people posting screenshots of people in the Japanese part of the community saying like, oh, this is a Byakugan eye. There were all kinds of theories and speculations on why Boruto only had the Byakugan in one eye. And when you go back a year prior in the timeline to 2015, when all the promotion for Boruto the movie was going on, and you had this public message board in Shibuya where Eiichiro Oda was leaving teases and talking about how excited he was about Kishimoto's upcoming work, and Kishimoto was talking about how during that time period that even though Naruto's serialization was over, he was continuing to actually work on the actual franchise. It's during that actual time that's when we ended up finding out that Kishimoto forgot to give the Byakugan to Boruto and Himawari in chapter 700, which is why we got the one-shot chapter just before the Boruto the movie came out, and then when the actual movie came out on home release, that's when you got the one-shot chapter animated. There have been backdoor cleanups that have happened in the Boruto franchise before. I kind of treat this like the whole Sarada Uchiha. She's got the 2 tomoe sharingan in the anime going into this Boro fight, and now you have the 3 tomoe. You know, like I've said before, I'm a stickler for the manga, so when you change stuff from the manga and the anime, I naturally get very pissed off at the beginning, but as long as it makes sense, I kind of just roll with it, because at the end of the day, an adaptation is still an adaptation unless it's a crucial part of the character's arc, like say Shikamaru when all of a sudden he started smoking after Asuma died. Yeah, when the anime changes stuff like that, and Naruto Shippuden where you don't see Shikamaru actually going through and he's got the cigarettes and he's continuing to smoke after the fact, yeah, that's something to where I got really upset when the Kosuke suppression arc came out, because that was a huge part of Shikamaru's character for that period in time, and he never really dropped the habit of smoking after the fact. He's continued to smoke going into the Boruto era. So, I mean, so unless it's something that directly changes the character, I don't necessarily get upset when anime changes stuff. And when you have something like this to where the 2 eyes have always looked different in the 2 continuities, the only thing I say is look at this like it's clarification. That's the thing they said in 2018. The anime and manga run parallel to one another. When the anime gets to the stuff that's doing in the manga, the anime is going to give you the full events of the story. So they've already set down the precedent for this. So I think that if you get to the anime and you see like, oh, this is Jougan, then you take that and you roll with it. They told us in the past the anime is going to be the full version of the story. If you get to this and you see that Boruto has a Byakugan, then it's the same thing. Then you have to look at that and say maybe that fan theory that's out there, that the stuff that's going on with Boruto right now with the pills that he's taken might potentially be what activates that Jougan eye. I think that that's kind of how you got to kind of look at it right there. Again, I don't think we're in a fundamentally character changing situation right here if it's Jougan or Byakugan, one or the other. The heart and soul of what makes Boruto Uzumaki as a character, that doesn't actually change whether it's one eye or the other. So I mean, I think that, you know, some of the worry that I've been seeing in some of the comments is much to do about nothing. I've always said from the very beginning, once we saw this in the actual manga, I said like, hey, when the anime gets this, what the anime shows you in this scene, because of what they said in the past, this is going to be that definitive thing right there. Either that's a Byakugan or it's a Jougan. If it's a Byakugan eye, then that's one of those things you roll with it. If it's the Jougan, then Sarada had the same issue that Boruto did, which is she saw the eye and didn't know what the hell she was looking at and just made an assumption on what it actually is. I think that that's kind of where you got to look at it right there. However, I want to know from you guys, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Are you personally worried about it? Or are you like me? Are you not really tripping over it? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.